bothering me is that being a celebrity sometimes comes with, like, everybody wants to be successful in a celebrity and stuff like that, but it comes with, you know, bullshit sometimes, and, you know, that's the only thing that I hate about it.
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
For years, folks thought Bryshere Gray just spiraled on his own. Fame hit him and things went left. But now Katt Williams is out here saying that story ain't the full picture. According to Katt, Bryshere wasn't just another young star spiraling. He was being hunted inside an industry that preys on fresh talent. And the part people are just now starting to question who exactly was guiding him into those rooms in the first place. But before we get into that, let's rewind for a second. Back when Empire was running the game on TV, Bryshere Gray looked like the next big thing out of Hollywood. The industry loved him, fans loved him, label, studios, big names, everybody saw potential.
He's with my man Charlie Mack, so Charlie was with me every step of the way. First out the limo, so Charlie has been with me, you know, 30 years coming up in the business. So, you know, he's surrounded by a whole lot of strength, he's surrounded by a whole lot of love, and all he has to do is add discipline.
On the outside, it looked like a dream. Young actor, hit TV show, and millions of fans. But sometimes when things move that fast in Hollywood, folks start asking another question. Who's really pulling the strings behind the scenes? And according to the word on the street, that's where things started getting complicated. Now, let's be clear, none of this has been proven. I'm just reporting what the streets are saying, so don't come for me. But multiple insiders have claimed that Bryshere got pulled into certain circles under the promise of mentorship. And you know how it goes in Hollywood. Come to this event, meet these folks, network with the right crowd. At first, it sounds normal until invitations allegedly started shifting into something else. Late night gatherings, private industry hangouts, rooms where powerful people were making wild moves behind closed doors. And if you're a young star trying to make it, you might feel like you can't say no, because the same people inviting you in might also be the ones controlling your opportunities. But that wasn't even the strange part. Somewhere along the line, Bryshere's behavior started changing. Folks who worked around him began noticing erratic moments, unpredictable decisions, and public situations that didn't match the polished image people saw on TV. Police encounters started popping up, legal trouble followed, and stories about wild nights and questionable circles started circulating. And eventually, the industry that once praised him started backing away. But then, something else happened. Another voice stepped into the convo. A dude named Brother Bilal, someone who claimed to have been close to certain industry figures like Will, started speaking publicly. And what he said made a lot of people uncomfortable. According to him, Bryshere had privately opened up about being taken advantage of by powerful people in the industry.
It's a damn mess. It's no other way to put it. This dude is going crazy, right? He's out there allegedly with male prostitutes. He's pissing in the trailer. He's acting psychotic, right?
The same thing he's doing now.
Beyond that. But this is why a show is going on, right? So I'm like, I pull him to the side, right? And I said, listen, I'm here to help you and so forth and so on. So he was like, all right, I feel that. He said, everybody on the set know you. Everybody seem like they love you. Okay. I want to love you because everybody else love you. I said, if that's what you want to do, then do it. But he kept acting up. And then one day I said, what the F is wrong with you? And he was like, you know. He said, you know Will me. You know Diddy made me. You know what's going on. You know Charlie made me. And I said, I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea. So he crying, no blood is coming from his nose. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And I'm like, yo, listen. So I grabbed my husband. I said, listen, I don't know. I didn't know what happened.
Yeah, these are allegations. But Bilal said Bryshere described feeling emotionally wrecked and manipulated, like someone who walked into a system he didn't fully understand. Bilal even claimed there were attempts to keep certain conversations quiet through legal paperwork and silence agreements.
Yeah.
How does it feel in 2023 to still have those same rumors out about people you love, like Will and Dwayne?
I know.
That just came out too recently.
Yeah, you know, and let me just say this. It's ridiculous, right? And it's nonsense. And this is a person that tried a shakedown, a money shakedown that didn't work. We're gonna take legal action. Because it's one thing to have your opinion about somebody versus just making up salacious, malicious stories. So that's actionable. So we're gonna roll with that.
You called her a dope fiend.
Yeah, I called her bald-headed dope fiend, without question. I told her she better sue me because
she said to TMZ when they asked her when she left the Breakfast Club,
yes,
she looked. They was like, "Well, what do you got to say?" And she was like, "We're suing, and I was just like, "Okay,
right."
That's been about 2 years.
Yeah,
and we haven't gotten a lawsuit yet.
What some people may think to be outrageous things, but I knew them to be true and had the evidence to be, to show that it was true. So from that, that's when Jada responded out of anger, not out of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Because for her to be a global iconic superstar, you rushed to the Breakfast Club to say, number one, that I extorted you, there was a money shakedown. You said you didn't have all the facts. So that puts you in legal jeopardy right now. You said all the facts will come out. None of the facts came out, right? So now you, Will, and yourself are in legal jeopardy.
Now, whether that's true or not, that's something courts would have to figure out. But the reason people didn't instantly dismiss the story is because it wasn't the only situation raising eyebrows. Because around the same time, another lawsuit started making noise. A musician who worked on a tour, violinist Brian Scott Joseph, filed a lawsuit accusing Will Smith of inappropriate behavior during tour activities. According to his claims, he believed boundaries were crossed and said that after he reported it, he was allegedly pushed out of the situation. And when you start connecting dots, suddenly the conversation wasn't just about Bryshere anymore, but about a horrible pattern. One thing fans noticed in the Empire aftermath. Think about it. The show was massive, but after it ended, several cast members faced career struggles, industry issues, or public controversies. Some people brushed that off as coincidence. Others started wondering if the environment around the show and the circles connected to might have exposed young artists to things they weren't ready for. Bryshere just happened to be the one whose downfall looked the most dramatic. But that still leaves one question hanging in the air. Why did his spiral look so extreme compared to everyone else? And that's where Katt Williams comes back into the picture. Katt Williams has never been shy about speaking on Hollywood. If you've watched his interviews, you already know he's the type to say what a lot of people are scared to say out loud. And according to what's been circulating recently, Katt hinted that Bryshere didn't just wander into trouble. He said young artists in Hollywood sometimes get targeted, allegedly, pulled into powerful circles that promise mentorship, opportunity, and connections. But once you're inside those circles, getting out might not be so simple. Jaguar said the very same thing.
Uncle Will, who is best to give you advice? And it's Will Smith, and I'm getting so much good advice. I got my first acting role, Empire, and it's changing my life. And it's like, I'm listening from the greatest, and it's like making me well prepared to work with Taraji and Terrence Howard,
They trying to send him out so he'll feel too embarrassed to file his lawsuit against Diddy for what Will and Diddy did to him. With Jaden and Justin present that tape.
And that's where the conversation gets uncomfortable. Because if Bryshere really was targeted, then that means somebody had their eyes on him long before the public ever noticed. Here's the part that keeps popping up in discussions online. Bryshere's name isn't the only one people bring up when they talk about mentorship circles. Another artist whose name often comes up in the same conversations is August Alsina. August himself publicly admitted that his relationship with Jada Pinkett Smith left him emotionally hurt and confused, something he spoke about openly.
I actually sat down with Will and had a conversation due to the transformation from their marriage to life partnership that they've spoken on several times. and it, you know, not involving romanticism. He gave me his blessing. And I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life, you know? And I truly and really, really deeply loved and have a ton of love for her.
When Jada later called the situation an entanglement, the internet laughed. But some people didn't think it was funny at all. They thought it showed how complicated power dynamics in Hollywood relationships can get.
You and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided...
I was done with your ass.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah.
Marriages have that, though. Marriages have that.
Yeah, we basically, we broke up.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, you know, I think from there, you know, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August.
And trust the online community been loud. One dude, but it bluntly saying, poor Bryshere, Hollywood, F him up bad. Lee Daniels, Will Smith, and Diddy did him in bad. Another wrote, Ye Will Smith got a whole lot of explaining to do. He's a real snake. And when you start lining up those stories side by side, folks begin asking questions. Folks now look back at Bryshere's story differently. Instead of asking why he crashed out, they're asking, did he really fall on his own? Or did he get caught in a system where young artists become leverage for powerful people? Was mentorship really mentorship or something else entirely? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you rock with these deep dives where we break down what the industry doesn't want discussed, hit that like button, subscribe, click through, and stay locked in.